No, not streaking either. Dennis, please, for the love of God, no. No, Dennis, no.
There's proof now.
All right, everybody, welcome to Bago Geeks right here on Podomatic, and we are getting a lot of volume. I am going to adjust that a lot on our recordings. So we have decided to do a live streaming show that you can catch on our YouTube channel, Bago Geeks.
Yay! We have YouTube.
We have YouTube. We're going to probably do this maybe once a month. Who knows? If we like it, we'll continue to do it. I'm going to keep looking at the third wall. Uh-oh. Now, Dennis is playing it live, and we're going to get some streaming audio that's going to be back. That was just wrong, Dennis.
I got to put it on our Facebook page so everyone can get to the link and listen to it.
And we've been trying to instruct Dennis on how to talk into the microphone. And the idiot host, Tom Carr, forgot his mic, so we're back down to 2 mics tonight. So welcome, everybody, to Bago Geeks.
Well, at least we have this cool stand now that we can, like, grab and move and stuff.
Yeah, I've got another one that I'll bring next week, too.
That'll be nice.
I just forgot it
of
with
course.
my other
So
mic.
I'm talking to all these people that aren't going to hear this until the podcast post.
Well, they'll actually hear it if they go to the live streaming right now.
If they don't know how to get to the link because of our...
But if you're listening to us, it's not live anymore. But you can go to our YouTube and watch it live.
Yeah.
This is
I'm so lost right now.
It's like a what do you call the time?
It's so wibbly wobbly. And
Yeah, there we go.
It's kind of like, Spaceballs, where it comes out before the movie does.
Yes.
So what's happening right now is literally happening
Right
now.
When was then?
Then was just now.
So this is now.
This is now.
This is now.
Now.
Oh.
Yes. So this was going to be kind of our Halloween episode, but since we just spent the last hour trying to figure out how to do the live streaming.
Yeah, we've had the podcast before the podcast started.
And we've deleted those because nobody wants to hear my monkey jokes. Anyway.
I don't know, maybe you should do that at your event next week.
Yes, I'm very excited for this. Thursday night.
So it's working. Sorry, it's working now.
Is it working now, Dennis?
So everybody go watch us live on YouTube.
If you're listening to this, you can watch the archive of the... Hey, I got it. We could watch the archive of this podcast via our YouTube channel, Bago Geeks. You can also find us at Facebook at Bago Geeks or Utah Geek Media or Utah Geek Magazine.
Correct.
And or Bago Holdings Productions, which is the combination of the two, which we get the Bago Geeks. And, the three of us fitting into a bag is very creepy. Wouldn't you say, Dennis?
It's really uncomfortable, I'm sure.
We can try it.
As long as someone doesn't beat us with a baseball bat and drown us in a river, I think
That's what we need is one of those like big sleeping bags, like the 2-person sleeping bags, and all three of us in the sleeping bag as a picture. That would be funny.
That would be a Bago Geeks.
That would be a Bago Geeks.
That's our logo.
Yes. The three of us in a bag.
Yes.
I love it.
Okay, so let's talk about some really cool stuff that's been happening. What cool stuff has been happening?
Hillary Clinton is probably going to be sent to jail.
Okay.
Wrong podcast.
I was thinking more like yesterday was Back to the Future Day.
It was Back to the Future Day.
Where were you?
So we are. Where was
you
I?
At 5:24.
I was driving home, looking for the DeLorean, and really wishing I could fly my car because I was very frustrated with traffic yesterday.
Yeah, where is my flying car?
Where is my hoverboard? Although I did read an article that they have finally figured out how to do it, but it's like 10 times the size of what Marty McFly was actually using, and it only goes about 2 inches off the ground.
Sure.
And I think it's magnetic, so it has to have
Something.
iron oxide in the ground or something.
But it's interesting to note that I saw this in Amsterdam. They're actually developing roads that are like powered, so you can receive power from the road.
Yes.
To power your cars.
I did hear about that.
They're developing that in Amsterdam. Not that a lot of people actually drive cars in Europe because their gas prices are outrageous. No, sorry, wrong podcast again.
By the way, we're starting a new political No, we're not.
No, we're not. Anyway, so yeah, yesterday was Back to Future Day. for the last 2 years, people have been posting the wrong date on Facebook forever.
Yes.
And it's been rather annoying.
Yes.
And everybody, there was some people yesterday who didn't believe it. Although I did see that, I cannot believe I forgot their names. Marty McFly and Dr. Brown were on Jimmy Kimmel last
Michael
night.
J. Fox and
Michael J.
Christopher
Fox.
Lloyd.
Yes, Christopher Lloyd. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I just lost geek cred right there.
A little bit.
Yeah. I didn't watch the video. I just saw a post. Hey, they were on there. Let's sell this like crazy.
You know, Christopher Lloyd said that he would do another Back to the Future film in a heartbeat.
I honestly think he should do one with the train and his sons and his wife.
Sure.
Yeah. So that's just my opinion.
Didn't he name what was his kid's names? Copernicus and Einstein or something like that?
Copernicus and something else, yeah. No, it wasn't Einstein because that was the
dog.
Was a dog. Oh, yeah. So, love the movies, obviously. I think it's interesting. It was the first film to actually film the second and third episode together.
Yes, that's true.
So, kind of like how the Lord of the Rings filmed all 3 movies at the same time.
I didn't know that.
It was the first film to ever do the second and third movie at the same time. So they filmed them both and then cut them in half. So
interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I learned something new today.
There you go. See, I am the king of useless facts. And thank you for tuning in. I appreciate that. And it's a nice little 6 minutes there. And
should we? Can we mention some sponsors?
Yes. Let's. We've got some new sponsors. I take it.
We do. Should we announce our new sponsors, or should we hold off?
No, I think you should announce.
It's pretty exciting.
Oh, it is. It is. It's very exciting.
It is exciting.
It is. Well, you need to watch right now. Pay close attention to the camera.
Yes. If you're watching, which nobody is at the moment, according to YouTube, but that's okay.
I don't care.
So we'll start off with our current sponsors.
Yes.
And then we'll go from there. So Teleperformance, thank you so much, Teleperformance. You've been great with us since issue 1. Haster Games and Comics on State Street in Midvale. Guido's Comics on Main Street in Layton.
Gypsy Moon in Salt Lake City. Mystic Hobbies and Games in Sandy.
Mystic Hobby Games.
Hobby Games.
Yes, in Sandy on
Mystic
East.
Hobby Games, not
yes.
and games.
Correct.
Okay.
And of course, my dentist, my family dentist, Randy Roberts at the Utah Smile Clinic, also happens to be a very famous YouTuber. Just FYI. So check him out.
Really? Who is he?
He is Board Shorts.
Gesundheit.
Board shorts? Is that like too much starch in your pants?
Yes. No.
Or is it just you're really bored with shorts?
I guess it could be either.
Or
but
either.
no, it's the guys who do Kid History on YouTube.
Which are very funny.
They are hilarious.
I have not seen this.
They are great.
Hilarious.
You know, I am not a YouTube follower kind of thing. I'll watch them occasionally, but I'm not a huge YouTube guy. I don't know. My daughter's watches them like crazy. There's these 2 girls that do these challenges, like food crazy challenges. She's obsessed with them. She wants to do like the pizza challenge. So the pizza challenge is you put strange flavors in a brown paper bag. You don't mark what's in there. And you just pull one item out of each and you put it on your pizza and you have to eat the pizza. So it can have marshmallows. It could have snails. I mean, really weird stuff.
That's gross.
It's also amazing that crap like that gets millions of dollars.
That exists.
Yes.
Anyway, so our new sponsor. Dennis, you talked to them this afternoon.
Oh, we cannot forget Geek Fuel either.
Oh, Geek Fuel. Yes, Geek Fuel. Geek Fuel sponsors
Which
the podcast.
we hope we hear something soon.
Hopefully.
Yes.
But,
as of right now, they're still a sponsor. Check them out. Geek Fuel. Mystery box, $20 a month. Awesome prizes each month. You never know what you're going to get. But you'll keep your Geek Fuel going.
Life is like
a box of Geek Fuel. Yes.
You'll never know what you're going to get.
Unless, of course, they announce it on
life
YouTube.
is like a box of Geek Fuel. You'll never know what you're going to get, but I guarantee you'll like it. Mama said.
That's our new audio spot for Geek Fuel. That's perfect.
Yeah.
All right.
Our newest sponsor that came on today is Gygax Magazine. So Gary Gygax's kids, and I believe it's his brother, started up a magazine about a year and a half ago. They're quarterly, and they're trying to get the word out. So they contacted us, and they're going to have an ad in our next epic issue of Utah Geek Magazine.
Yes.
When I was 16 years old, I had the opportunity to go to a Dungeons and Dragons convention. Yes, they had them back then.
Wow.
And we had...
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It was kind of a secret thing. We were afraid we were going to be
there was
protested.
stuff before Comic-Con?
There was stuff before Comic-Con.
Okay.
So we went to this Dungeons and Dragons convention. It was in California. It was totally epic. You played Dungeons and Dragons. It was a D&D competition kind of thing. So you had your own team, and you had 5 players, and whoever could get the furthest in the game moved on to the next level.
Okay.
And the final level, the Dungeon Master, was Gary Gygax. And I still have the die from when we won.
That would be really awesome.
Yeah,
Wow.
so I had Gary Gygax as a Dungeon Master.
Wow.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
16 years old.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And you probably didn't really understand how epic that was at the time, did you?
No. It was just
It was just some guy.
it was just some guy. Now you're kind of like,
Holy crap.
holy crap, you know.
That's pretty sweet.
So
Yeah, if I played a D&D game with Gary Gygax, I'd be holy crap and do.
Speaking of ghosts,
Because he's dead.
maybe we can
Right, I got that.
Maybe
Okay.
we can channel him on Thursday. So
Yeah.
October 29th at Club 50, I am doing a kind of lecture, ghost hunt talking kind of thing. Things I've done before. I'm kind of known for this. If you don't know me, I ran Wasatch Paranormal Investigators for 8 years. I've been in the paranormal since I was 16, so 28 years of paranormal experience. Been chasing ghosts and having fun with it forever. And I've had some pretty dark, I don't want to say evil, not necessarily evil, but I've had some pretty dark experiences that I'm going to be sharing on Thursday night, some of the EVPs that I've captured. I have a collection of EVPs of the F-bomb that I'll be playing a few of those.
ghosts dropping the F-bomb?
Oh, yeah. We actually did an investigation where we had the F-bomb dropped 122 times.
Wow, he had a potty mouth.
Yeah.
He must have been a sailor.
We actually have an EVP. Excuse me. Throat is killing me. Oh, I'm going to have to cut that out.
Good luck cutting that out of the video that's live streaming to
Yeah.
YouTube.
Anyway, we had a young girl that was in one of the rooms of this house, and you hear an EVP say, "Get on the bed" to her, and she was in the room by herself. It was
Wow.
a really creepy kind of male voice. So starting at 7 o'clock, we will have 4 psychics out front that are going to be doing readings. This is an association with Todd and Aaron from Rewind 100.7, very good friends of mine. We will be at 8 o'clock. We will start the show, and I am going to be sharing and talking and answering questions and just having a great time. Anybody who's ever been to any of my events at Comic-Con or Conduit or LTUE, they know that they're full of energy and a lot of fun. I'll be playing EVPs and just talking paranormal because, like, it's the best time in the year because Halloween is the best time of the year. I look forward to it, or LTUE, any of my...
Do you
They
sit
know
out
that
there
they're
and wait for
full
the
of
Great
energy
Pumpkin?
and a lot of
Hell
fun.
yeah.
I'll be playing
Awesome.
EVPs.
Have you ever seen it?
And just
I'm
talking
not been bad enough,
paranormal
apparently.
Okay.
because
I need to smash
it's
more pumpkins,
The best
according
time
to
in
The
the
Simpsons.
The year. Because
That's how
Halloween
the
is the
Great
best
Pumpkin
time.
comes,
is
is
that
by
what it comes?
destroying pumpkins.
I look
Oh,
forward to
Lord.
it.
Have you not
or
seen that?
LTUE,
Halloween of
any of
Horror?
my...
Geez, I'm sure I
they
sit
know
out
that
there
they're
and
anyway,
wait.
full
It's
of
hard to
energy and
remember
a lot
every
of fun.
episode
I'm
over the
playing
last how many
EVPs.
seasons? Have you ever seen 5?
And just,
No.
yeah,
I've not been
talking
bad enough.
wow.
Cartoon in history.
Because
The
the
longest
longest
running
running
cartoon
cartoon
in
in
history,
history. The best
according to
time
The
in
Simpsons.
the year. Because
I don't
that's
know
how
what they're
the
gonna
Great
do.
Pumpkin
They-
comes is
that
by
what it comes?
destroying
I haven't
pumpkins.
watched any
Fond
of
to
those.
it.
Have you not seen that?
LTUE,
Halloween of
any
Horror?
of my...
Geez, I'm sure I
They
sit
know
out
that
there
they're
and
anyway,
wait.
full
It's
of
hard to
energy and a
remember
lot of
every
fun.
episode
I'm
over
playing
the last
EVPs.
seasons? Have you ever seen 5?
and just
Yeah,
talking.
I don't want to say up everything, but
running cartoon.
it's just not 10.
They were edgy when it
year.
came on.
Because
I don't
that's
know
how
what they're
going
gonna
to
do.
do.
They-
Is by destroying.
I haven't watched any of them. Have you not seen that?
Well,
Well,
Tracy
any of
Ullman
my,
is pretty
they know they're
It's
going.
hard to, yeah, they're not really. Yeah,
Seasons?
Simpsons aren't really edgy.
Yeah, I don't want to say up everything, but
Crass.
it's just not 10.
They were edgy when
They just go straight
I
out.
don't know what they're gonna do.
Is by destroying.
Yeah, I haven't watched any.
I just think
Have you not seen that? Well, Tracy Ullman, they know they're going.
It's hard to, yeah, they're not really.
I think.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's
Simpsons
worse than
aren't really
Family
edgy.
Guy.
Yeah, I don't want to say up everything, but I haven't
just not
watched 10.
They
I
just
like
go
to watch
straight out.
what they're going to do.
Yeah,
I haven't watched. I just think you've not seen that. Well, Tracy Ullman, they know they're going.
It's hard to, yeah, they're not really.
Which is another. I don't know if it's worse than Family Guy. I don't want to say up everything, but I haven't just not 10.
They
I
just
like
go
to watch
straight out.
what they're going to do.
That's a
Yeah,
different
I haven't
podcast.
watched. I don't think you've not seen that. Well, Tracy Ullman, they know Tracy Ullman, they know. Which is another. I don't know if it's worse. Which is another. I don't want to say up everything, but I don't want to say up everything, but I have. They just go straight out. They just go straight out. I haven't watched. I think Star Wars. Tracy Ullman, they know Tracy Ullman, they know Tracy Ullman, which is another. I don't know if it's worse. I don't want to say up everything, but I have just not. They just go straight out. They just go. George Lucas is right. Tracy Ullman, they know Tracy Ullman, they know. Which is another. I don't know if it's worse. Which is another. I don't want to say everything. I don't want to say everything. But I have. They just go. They just go. Which is another. I don't know if it's worse. I just say everything. I don't want to say everything. I don't want to say. But I have. They just go. Oh, what is his name? He's the friend on
That show. That movie.
I'll have to. So here, I know who will know the internet.
The internet knows everything.
Uh-oh.
But you know, Star Trek had a Christmas episode.
Star
The
Trek,
origi-
yes,
the
yes,
original
they
series had a Christmas
did. Yes,
episode.
they did.
Oh.
And that has officially been burned and turned to dust.
Yes.
And no one knows where it is either because it was so horrible.
This was supposed to be a Halloween episode, but we're talking Christmas stuff.
Yet again, Christmas is encroaching on Halloween. Even on our podcast.
Oh, darn it. We'll talk about Halloween on our Christmas episode.
Okay. I guess we could do that.
Keep talking, because I'm...
So anyway, we, since...
Talk about your TSR.
TSR?
Yeah.
Gygax.
Well, actually, I was going to talk about Anime Bonsai.
Oh, yeah. Anime Bonsai.
Anime Bonsai was good. We, Adrian and I went, and we had a good time, and... Oh, Tom was there for a little bit.
I had some issues with my
Self?
truck, and I just... the Star Wars Holiday Special. Here we go. I had some truck issues, and I just wasn't feeling it, and I decided that it was time to go home. So...
That's okay. No, so there was a story I was going to tell on another podcast that we were on at the convention. The
Was it about me?
Release Your Inner Nerd podcast.
Yeah, friends of mine. Known one of the hosts for years. Went to high school with him.
So we've actually
Jared.
we've actually been on a couple of their podcasts.
Oh, like
but-
he listens to our show.
He's going to when I send him the link and tell him that we did a shout out to him.
Okay.
So there was a story I was going to tell on their podcast, but Adrian talked me out of it and keeping it for ours. So what the guys at Anime Bonsai does is a great job. It's a great anime convention. It's one of the region's best anime conventions.
It was the first time I ever went. I was very impressed. I did feel... Okay, I thought the space was too small for the amount of people that was there, and that was probably one of the other reasons why I couldn't take it anymore.
Yeah.
It's not that I was feeling claustrophobic. There was no room to breathe. It was worse than Comic-Con. And Comic-Con is in a huge space that gets packed. So I don't know. They need a bigger space.
So as my story goes, I actually started Anime Bonsai.
Of course you did.
So no, there's a story behind.
Okay,
this.
Al Gore and the
No,
internet.
Hold on. So.
Oh wait, I'm sorry, not a political podcast.
Let me explain. It's not as far fetched as you might think. So
Is this kind of like 7 Steps to Bacon or something?
No, not at all. Okay, so back in like 2001, I was attending Salt Lake Community College, and I had a marketing class. And in the marketing class, we were to plan an event or an activity or something like that, and plan it and market it and get people to come to it and so on and so forth. And through Conduit, I knew about the End of the World Anime Club, which was at Salt Lake Community College. So I came to them and I said, hey, I want to plan this event. Just a one-day event. I think it wasn't even one day. It was like a couple hours. It'd be at the theater at the community college, and I'd bring in some sponsors and do a big show and advertise it and all that stuff. So did the event. It was okay. There was probably maybe 20 people attended. It wasn't too big. But the very next year, End of the World started Anime Bonsai.
Huh.
And how many people were at the first Anime Bonsai?
A whole lot.
Okay. So
I'm not saying I did start it. I'm just saying indirectly I may have been the catalyst for the idea to have a anime convention.
Congratulations.
You're welcome. Thank you.
all right, so here we go. The Star Wars holiday special was about Life Day, which is the Wookiees special event every year kind of thing. So Leia is hiding on Kozuk. Anyway,
Some planet.
the Wookiees' home planet.
Okay.
The Empire shows up searching for Leia, Chewbacca, and Han Solo. They try to distract them by making them a meal and playing Chewbacca's little brother's or sister's music box, which featured videos by Jefferson Starship.
Was this animated?
No, it was a live action thing. The reception. This is what people thought of the movie. The Star Wars Holiday Special was critically banned by both Star Wars fans and the general public. Aired 1978. David Hofstede, author of What Were We Thinking? The 100 Dumbest Events in Television History, ranked the holiday special as number 1, calling it the worst 2 hours of television ever.
Wait, so Harrison Ford's in it.
Oh,
And-
the cat. Harrison Ford, Peter
Mayhew.
Mayhew, Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, Anthony Daniels,
Really?
Kenny Baker, Don Franks.
How do I not know
Boba
about
Fett
this?
was in this. Boba Fett was in this. I remember watching it as a kid. Okay. Don Franks, James Earl Jones as the voice of Darth Vader. And here is my favorite cast members. B. Arthur. Okay. Art Carney as the traitor. Sean Dunn. Dahan Carroll. Jefferson Starship. Harvey Korman as the chef and anthropomorphin instructor, Mickey Morton, Paul Gale, Peter Milani as Lumpy. I mean, archive footage of Obi-Wan Kenobi. George Lucas himself disliked the special and reportedly said, "If I had the time and a sledgehammer, I would track down every copy of the show and smash it." In an online chat with fans, he reported saying that the holiday special does not represent my vision of Star Wars. In an interview in May 2002, Maxim magazine, when asked if there were plans for the special edition of the special, Lucas' response, "Right, that's one of those things that happened, and I just have to live with it." So yes, we need to do a special screening
So
of this.
George Lucas, Tom lives in Tooele. If you want to get a sledgehammer, I've got one. Come to my house.
And he better bring a hell of a lot of guns.
What? No, that's an opportunity to meet George Lucas.
This is a digital copy.
Oh.
And here's the cool thing. So it's like it's only like an hour long or 2 hours long, but afterwards I have like 2 hours of 1979, 1980 Star Wars commercial ads.
Wow.
Very cool.
Yeah.
We may have to plan an event around this.
I think so.
So it's freaking
I think
hilarious.
so.
But
For
yes,
reals.
Boba Fett, let's see here. The official Star Wars site states that the holiday special delivered mixed results and states that the highlight of the special was the Boba Fett animated segment. The official site also says, when referring to the fans interested in seeing the Wookiees on screen, the 1978 holiday special didn't cut it. When asked at a fan convention, so you don't like the holiday special either, Lucasfilm heard the content of fan relations. Steve Stansword replied, no, I mean I like the 10-minute introduction of Boba Fett, but that's about it. So yeah, I guess it's the first time you see Boba Fett.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
pretty interesting.
It's I'm amazed you guys have never seen it or even heard about it.
I would imagine a lot of people don't know about it.
So yeah, anyway.
Maybe we can just invite everybody to your mom's basement and we can all watch it on the big screen.
His mom is going to have to be doped up like crazy before she let 5 or 6 people into this house. You and I have to tiptoe across the front room.
I think my mom's doped up to let you in this house.
She's dope.
That is dope.
So yeah, I'll have to let you guys watch it. It's funny.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Definitely need to see that.
It's not the best copy in the world. It was like it was copied off of a VHS tape.
Sure.
So it's kind of got, but Art Carney and the singing, Princess Leia sings, Carrie Fisher sings a song in it.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's
I wonder if
it's
on the-
definitely
I wonder
a
if it's on the
horror
internet
film.
somewhere. Like
Oh.
a better quality.
I'm guessing that's where his digital copy came from. Oh my God.
Arg. Arg.
Okay.
All right, back to Halloween.
Yeah, Halloween.
So I've got to know, what is, if you were to go trick-or-treating tonight and you went to every house, what is the one candy you would want?
I've always been partial to Snickers.
Okay, I'm a big Snickers man.
Yeah. Actually, that's not entirely true. I haven't always been partial to Snickers. It was when I went to basic training, Air Force basic training. The training instructor made a huge deal about Snicker bars. And after like 3 or 4 weeks of like hardly ever being like by ourselves doing anything, we finally get to go to the patio and we get to put some money in the machines and get a Snicker bar. Best Snicker bar I ever had after like 3 weeks in basic training.
I felt the same way about the first Coke I had after I left the Mission Training Center down in Provo.
So they were nice enough to let you go to the vending machine. It was nice of them.
Yeah, it was nice.
I would
It was
probably
the Air
have to
Force.
say-
I'm surprised you guys didn't go home every night.
Oh,
My dad was in the Air Force, so anyway.
I would have to as I've gone through life, my candy preferences have changed. Really like whatchamacallit.
Huh?
Whatchamacallit?
What?
Stop it. Great candy bar.
You fell into it the first time.
Nutrageous, another great candy bar. Right now, my all-time favorite candy bar right now is Simply Caramel by Milky Way. Fantastic candy bar.
I don't think I had a simple caramel. I haven't
It's just
had one.
caramel and chocolate.
That's a nice.
It's the Milky Way caramel.
I do like the peanut butter Snickers. Those are incredible.
yes.
What was that one that?
Oh, you know what?
the Take Five.
I was gonna
Those
say.
Take
are
fives.
really good.
Oh,
I was gonna say
my
I need to.
God.
I need to change my answer. It's Take 5.
Take
Fives are
Five.
awesome.
What a mixture! Peanut butter, nougat, pretzels,
Yeah.
caramel,
It's like-
and
it is
chocolate.
probably like a perfect.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It is a perfect.
Right next to Simply Caramel.
Yeah.
I also like Idaho Spuds.
Yeah, I don't care for those.
Really?
They're okay.
It's marshmallow,
Marshmallow.
chocolate, and coconut.
Yeah.
They're good. I'll eat them, but it's kind of good for a change.
What are the cherry bombs? Is that what they're called? The cherry bombs?
The chocolate covered cherry.
Yeah.
Well,
The big ones?
see, I've never liked the chocolate covered cherries.
Really?
Never.
It's a Christmas thing.
The cardinal cherries?
Yeah, the cardinal cherries.
yeah.
But no, it's called a mega cherry or
big,
a
like this
cherry
big,
bomb or
with a
something
red
like that.
wrapper.
Red
Okay.
wrapper, yeah. They're okay.
All right.
See, I don't like Cadbury eggs either. Can't stand them.
I love Cadbury eggs.
You are dead to me.
Sorry. there's something
Dead
that-
to
it's
me.
just the first up. I think when I grew up, I thought like what was inside was like disgusting. It just looked gross.
They make Halloween ones now that have green slimish stuff in the middle.
But I don't know if I don't think I knew growing up that was just sugar inside there, so it kind of freaked me out a little bit to begin with. And so,
That's fair.
And it's just a bunch of sugar. Oh, anyway.
I love
What do
Cadbury
you think
eggs.
frosting
Shut up.
is? What do you think caramel
Shut up.
is?
Yeah, caramel.
up.
Caramel for the love of Pete.
That's caramel is not just sugar though.
It is 99.5% sugar.
It
is
corn
sugar, corn syrup,
It's not just sugar.
and vanilla.
It's what's that sugar? What's that one sugar? The
High fructose corn syrup.
no, the everyone bakes with and brown sugar. It's brown sugar and
Oh, sure.
caramel, and there's
The caramel is in
condensed
caramel?
milk.
It's
Oh,
caramel.
you're right. There is condensed milk and caramel.
Yeah.
I forgot.
See,
Yes.
it's healthy.
So
Got
now you
milk
can
in it.
actually take a thing of condensed milk and put it in like a crock pot in warm water and leave it in there for like 12 or 13 hours and it'll turn into pure caramel. Dennis is just looking at me like, what?
I don't think
First
so.
the Star Wars holiday special, now this? No, seriously. Take just a condensed milk
And water.
and warm water, put it in a crock pot for 12 or 24 hours on low, and then you pop it open and you pour it out, and it's just caramelized. It's just caramel.
Huh.
Oh, you put the can in the water.
Yes.
I thought you put the
No, no,
can
no,
in
you
the crock pot.
You put the can in the water and you shake it all up.
I'm in the cold.
No, seriously, you just take the can. You don't have to pop it open or anything. Just take
Okay.
it and stick it in the water so it's completely submerged. So the water's over the top of the
Okay,
can.
'cause all right.
And it'll...
Huh?
Really?
He's got a coffee.
You're calling me BS on that.
I think so.
Okay.
we do
well,
have internet available.
So...
Stand by for a couple of minutes while we look this up.
While we look up a recipe for our new cooking podcast.
Condensed milk caramel. 5 ways to make caramel from sweetened condensed milk.
Ways to make caramel from condensed milk. You take a can of caramel, screw it, get a bottle of vodka.
Okay, it says it right here. To make douce de la can in a can, peel off the in a medium-sized saucepan. Peel off the label. Place the can on the
I'm glad we
on
peeled the label off.
on the side. Will prevent it from bouncing around in the water. Fill the saucepan to room temperature water. Bring the water to simmer over high heat for 2 hours. Check the can every 2 minutes. Turn the can every half hour to prevent scoring. Top up the water as needed. And then it says, and use a double boiler. Oh, that's a different way. And then pull it out, pop it open, you have caramel. But I've done it with the crock pot.
I'm going to have to try that.
Yeah, so you just to get a thing of condensed milk and you put it in a crock pot.
It kind of makes sense though because there's sugar in condensed milk.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
a lot of sugar in
Yeah.
condensed milk. Yeah,
So
that's what makes pies taste
and
so
then you have
good.
caramel.
And then you have a caramel. And first we take the caramel and then we put it in. Oh, that was my horrible chef, Swiss chef.
I was actually doing Julia Child there.
Oh.
Which
Oh,
I'm sure
I've-
was still awful.
Yeah, I was.
So since we're doing our cooking podcast, tell us what else you made in a crock pot recently.
Oh, I made chocolate lava cake. Oh, so awesome.
It was very yummy.
Dirt easy.
All right, so here's one of my favorite things to do in a crock pot. So my lovely wife, Stacy, when we were dating, bought me a football-shaped crock pot, just a small crock pot.
Okay.
Almost the exact same size of a real football. Okay, so I take a chicken breast, put it in there, with not just cook it. Okay,
Okay.
until it's done. Then I put a cup of chicken broth in it
Okay.
with half a cup of rice. All right,
Yum.
and let it cook with the chicken. All right.
Yeah.
Then I add the little sausages, the little smokies.
Okay.
Put little smokies in there and let that cook for 2 or 3 more hours. Then and with a can of red beans. Shred that all up and then dump in an entire bottle of Frank sauce. And then mix it up. So it's like chicken and rice with red beans
Yeah.
and Frank sauce.
Red beans and rice and chicken.
Oh, it's so good.
Holy cow. Sounds awesome.
Now that we have 2 people still listening to our podcast because everyone's gone somewhere else.
Let's see if anybody's watching us right
This
now.
is a geek show, and food can be geekish.
So let's talk about costumes.
Oh yeah,
We're talking Halloween, right?
yeah.
Uh,
First costume. Can you remember the very first costume you ever had?
the very first okay. The earliest costume I remember ever having was a pumpkin costume that my mother made for me.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was a, and it wasn't. It was like a stuffed pumpkin. It was like large-ish.
I remember doing a hobo, and we were in Holland. Yeah, my dad was in the Air Force. We lived in Holland.
Got it. Okay.
And it was for our church's Halloween party, and I remember going as a hobo.
Yeah, see, I was gonna preface it by saying this now is kind of not politically correct anymore and all that schmo and stuff, but my first costume I remember was a hobo as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Rock
so
on.
I remember having the overalls and putting the pillow down and
and
you look fat.
painting your
Put the
face,
black
back
on the
your
face, so it looks like
face,
you were
and
not to make it look like you had a beard.
Yeah.
That was my first costume too.
I thought blackface was offensive.
It's for a beard.
Oh,
it wasn't
beard,
all
not blackface. Beard.
Although I did do a blackface once.
Oh,
yes.
How old are these guys on this podcast? Holy crap!
It was yesterday. Sorry.
When I was a kid,
We used to have to go knocking on the doors for the candy. We didn't do it in the parking lots or the trunking and the treats
we didn't
and
go to that big building where all the stores are.
We'd go and we'd actually trick people if they didn't give us candy.
Can't tell you how many times I pushed over outhouses.
that brings up another good question. Did you ever trick somebody?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Toilet paper and egged.
Eggs.
We egged houses like crazy.
I was a good kid. I never did anything like that.
You commie.
Hold on the podcast.
I think we actually TP'd a lady's house who gave us a bag of carrots. Little bag of carrots. Individual Ziplocked cut
Oh my
carrots.
God.
That's a good question. What is the worst thing you ever got trick or treating?
Damn carrots.
I don't think I ever got anything like not candy related. I've gotten some bad candy, like those little crappy
Cheapy.
yeah,
like all those
cheesy,
little gummy
cheapy.
hamburgers. Those things are crap.
Oh yeah, those. Yeah,
Don't
those are,
give kids gummy hamburgers.
Yeah.
Those are garbage. Or
Yeah.
little hot dogs. I think the worst I remember ever getting, other than like you get the nice little old lady every once in a while that does like the caramel popcorn ball and stuff. I mean,
I like caramel. I like caramel popcorn balls.
You have to know the person, though, because
Yeah,
if it's homemade,
totally.
I won't touch it.
growing up, it was always parents always look through the candy. If it's ever open, not factory sealed, yada yada, it went in the garbage. That was just the
Although
rule.
the razor blade myth
Apple, razor blade apple
was totally
Total
myth.
myth.
It never happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually had my friend Heather on the show once, and she talked about all that. So, a lot of things.
On this show?
But see, that's,
Not this show.
that,
on
that's
a
interesting
show.
because you grew up in Utah. Holland.
Utah, California.
See, we heard that myth in Kansas, so that's a pretty propagated myth. All
Well,
over
in
the
Kansas,
country.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Anyway, worst I ever got was like 4 cookies from a pack of like Food for Less or Winco, whatever, Walmart.
Oh, one of the off-brand Oreo
Yeah,
kind
it
of
was
things.
Like, it was,
yeah.
it was like the
The hard,
lemon-
crusty cookies that just.
And then they took them and they threw them in a little Ziploc bag. And it was like 4 for each one, and that was probably the worst.
Yeah, I think the carrots were bad.
That,
I don't know.
carrots
I
top
like
it.
those kind of cookies.
Oh, I got a toothbrush once. I wanted to smack the
Oh,
lady.
I think I did get a toothbrush once too.
And my daughter, I took my daughter trick or treating, and we knocked on this lady's door, and the lady gave her a religious pamphlet book on how Halloween was evil and satanic.
That's awesome.
I looked at it as we were walking
Best
away.
ever.
I thought it was like
That is actually pretty awesome.
I thought it was like one of those coupon books to like, get an ice cream cone or something, And I'm looking at him like, you have got to be kidding me. You were handing these out to the kids. Just turn off your light and don't answer your door. But seriously? Yeah, that was pretty funny.
You're not going to convert anybody on Halloween night.
That pamphlet ranks right up there with the old pamphlets that the churches used to put out that said that Dungeons and Dragons was evil.
Dungeons and Dragons isn't evil? Dang, I've been doing it wrong all this time.
Yeah, well, it's because you're not sacrificing the goat at midnight like we did. Craziest thing you ever did on Halloween?
You guys know me pretty well. Can you see me doing anything really crazy on Halloween?
You were pretty, yeah.
Yeah, nah, I'm boring.
Was that Halloween? We got me and a bunch of buddies went out one night in high school, and we got pulled over, but nothing happened.
You know, I've been ghost hunting since I was 16 years old. I went on my first ghost hunt on Halloween probably 5 years ago. Never done it before. Just Halloween's always been let's go out trick or treating, whatever. I think one of the strangest things I ever did was we started like on the 28th of October, watching every horror film we could think of nonstop. So we started with Friday the 13th, Halloween, Freddy Krueger. By Halloween night, we hadn't slept in like 3 days. And we were watching Chainsaw Massacre and laughing because we were so tired and it was so cheesy. We were just, I mean, oh, he just cut off his leg. I do remember the first horror film I ever really, truly remember watching. I was probably 9 or 10 years old, and it was a Halloween night, and they were playing Night of the Living Dead. And
The old black and white one?
The old black and white one.
Nice.
And it was unedited. It was on Channel 13 here in Utah, back before it was Fox, you know.
Okay.
So it was like 11:30, 12 o'clock at night. So we're watching this movie, and within 45 minutes, we had every light in the house on. We were freaked out, couldn't sleep. So, favorite Halloween movie?
I've always liked the Friday the 13th.
The very first Friday the 13th?
The Friday the 13th series.
Okay.
Freddy
Because
Krueger's.
Friday the 13th in 3D is like my favorite.
No. Wait a minute. I'm getting it mixed up. I'm getting my 80s horror series mixed up. I meant Nightmare on Elm Street. Freddy
Nightmare on
Krueger.
Elm Street?
Yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street.
I loved it.
My
Yeah.
answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jerk.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
did like Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, that's my
I
favorite
actually
horror
think
series.
Last Man on Earth is probably one of my favorite horror films. Vincent
I don't
Price.
think I've seen that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Black and white.
It's
Okay.
an old
Yeah.
black and white. It's I Am Legend is based off of that, and what's the other one?
See if we can
Omega
get to our live
Man.
stream.
What?
So
See if we can get to our live stream.
Omega Man and I Am Legend is based off of Last Man on Earth.
Oh, okay.
And Vincent Price plays the first one. It's kind of the first movie where you see zombies, but it's not really zombies. They're humanoids that anyway, it's a good horror film. House on Haunted Hill, the original, is really good, and so is the original 13 Ghost. Now, excuse me, I think the one movie that scared me the most was the Japanese version of now I forgot the name of
That's
it.
a new one.
I've totally spaced it. Is it streaming?
Oh, I don't know.
What?
What? I'm looking at 13 Ghosts.
The original 13 Ghosts?
Oh, not
what-
the new one,
what
the
year?
2001.
No, it's
How old is that one?
The new
70s.
13 Ghosts, the 2001 wasn't
Yeah.
bad.
That's probably one of my. I'm not a big horror fan because I find most horror movies just
Your wife is though.
silly.
Holy
I
crap.
know my wife loves horror. She loves even the shitty horror stuff that nobody else likes. But I've never really been a fan. But 13 Ghosts is one of those films that is sufficiently
Is that the one
freaky.
with Tony Shalhoub? Is that the one you're looking at?
the 2001?
Yeah, I think Tony
He's-
Shalhoub is in that one.
Oh yeah,
He
Tony,
is,
yeah,
yeah.
Tony.
That's
Shalhoub,
an awesome, well done.
yeah.
The original is just as good,
Wow.
but the Japanese version of The Grudge freaked the crap
Yeah, I
out of
haven't
me.
seen those.
The Japanese version is incredible.
Of The Grudge.
Of The Grudge. The American
Is that where
version
the chick
is
comes out
good.
of TV or something.
No, that's the Ring.
The Ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, The Grudge
Oh.
is the girl that goes to Japan with her boyfriend, and there's a ghost in the closet, and she's in the shower, and she feels a hand touch her head. I made my wife watch that. We were still dating. She could not take a shower for like a week. She was so freaked out.
Man, did she stink?
No.
No.
The Ring was good. I liked The Ring
I liked The Ring.
because I saw it in the theater, and I liked how they had the bugs and stuff on the screen in the theater. So it was like you were watching.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I liked how they did that. So
Yeah.
anyway, but the original 13 Ghosts,
While he's looking up something.
1960.
Oh wow.
Vincent Price again, I believe. Go ahead.
See, not only was Nightmare on Elm Street probably one of the best horror series ever done, Wes Craven stuff, but it was also one of the first horror films I ever remember watching, the very first ones. And to this day, probably Nightmare on Elm Street, was it 3 or 4? Was it the Dream?
3.
3?
Yeah, Dream in 3D. Yeah.
What was it? Dreamwalkers?
No,
Dreamcatcher.
Dreamcatcher. Yeah. Yeah.
That one was phenomenal. The idea that people could, like, in their dreams actually control stuff and not just have these dreams happen to them, but they happen to the dreams.
Yeah.
I thought that was phenomenal. I love that storyline.
And
13
really,
Ghosts is not on Netflix
the original.
either.
You should be able to see the original on YouTube. There's probably a full version of it on YouTube because it's 1960. So, I would think.
Yeah, copyright. Well,
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Anyway, the original is really good, but the 2001 is excellent, well done.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Children of the Corn. That's Children of the Corn's good.
I thought Cujo was a little bit more freakier. Although I didn't like the ending because I didn't follow the book.
I haven't seen Cujo. That's one of the classics that I probably need to see that.
Pet Cemetery was really good as well.
Yes.
Problem with Children of the Corn is like you can see that in the elementary school today. Just walk in the way.
Again, this is not the political show. Remember, we do that later.
All being brainwashed.
Oh no, I was.
They're all being brainwashed by Common Core.
Yeah.
I was just referring to the fact that kids are just like that. They're just blank, and they probably have their phones in front of them going.
Yeah.
Worst horror film I think I've ever seen, and I don't even know if I'd classify this as horror. Sharknado.
That wasn't horror, and that was a horrible movie.
Oh.
Troll was a pretty awful.
Troll 2 was worse.
The worst movie ever.
Well, Troll 2 it's got that cult following now that everybody, I don't know. I've actually never seen it. One of these days I should see it.
It's really bad.
Really
bad.
If anybody's watching us right now, email us because I'm having a hard time seeing ourselves.
I can
What
see
do
you
you
very
see yourself
well.
as?
I can see
Adrian?
you very well. You're nice and clear.
Oh, perfect. Am I in HD? This
Yeah.
is probably like 10,000p.
Yeah. Not with my glasses.
Oh.
No.
So I just want to give a shout out to for one of our contributors, David West, who does
Yeah.
Walking Through Walls series in our magazine.
He's got a new book coming out with a signing this Saturday, which happened this Saturday. That this show, the last Saturday, since you're listening to the show
Yeah, I
on
guess that's
archive.
true, but hey,
But anyway, you can get his new book.
they could be watching it on YouTube.
They could. Or actually, YouTube is now published before the podcast
would be.
is. So
if you see it and you can make it, it's in Levi.
Yeah.
At Espresso Yourself.
Espresso yourself.
Is that a sushi place?
It might be.
I'm sure it's a coffee shop.
Wait a minute. What? Coffee
It's probably an espresso
in
store.
Pleasant Grove?
Oh, is that where it is?
Yeah.
Holy cow. Do they have coffee in Utah County?
I'm shocked.
Isn't it illegal? Isn't it banned?
Maybe it's a Kava Yourself.
A what?
Kava.
A cava. It's
Oh, is that fake coffee?
yes.
Oh.
What was the other one?
Postum. No.
Not Postum. Yeah, maybe it was Postum.
Is that it? The
Yeah.
Coffee, non-coffee.
The non-coffee.
It's like a wheat-based
Something
awful
like that.
drink that my mom used to drink that. Was it? I don't think it
Actually,
was
Post it is not Post it.
Now, actually,
That's
there's
those
I
yellow
don't know if they're
things.
still in business, but there's a company up in Weber County that actually grinds cocoa bean like coffee, and then you put the liquid through it and make it's a
So you brew it like coffee, but it's actually cocoa bean.
Cocoa bean. So anyway,
I need to try some of that.
I love hot chocolate. Although I can't really drink it much anymore. It's sugar
but see this
content.
stuff.
Yeah, the
this
sugar's
stuff
bad.
really isn't. This stuff
It's
really-
not hot chocolate, though.
It's
It's-
not hot chocolate.
It's
It
brewed
Has,
chocolate.
it has a slight
yeah.
cocoa flavor apparently, and it's
Is it bitter though?
apparently not.
Because
I
I
don't
would think
know
it would
for
be
sure.
bitter.
It's probably bitter like coffee is bitter,
You
and then
would
you
need
add
to
add a couple
couple
tablespoons of sugar. to it.
or some cream. Or,
Yeah.
Ooh, you know what's really good? Hot chocolate with the pumpkin spice creamer.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
with
Would be
like
good.
a big old mound of whipped cream on top of it.
I can't do the whipped cream, but yeah. but pumpkin spice creamer. I never even thought about putting creamer in my chocolate until I met this lady in Missouri who did it, and I was like, "Ooh, that's a great
I've
idea."
been doing that for a long time, like the Irish cream.
Oh, I love the
French
Irish
vanilla.
cream,
Oh yeah, Bailey's. Oh wait a minute, we're not. That's another podcast.
You've got what's the other one? The hazelnut.
Hey, hazelnut,
and,
yeah,
and hot
yeah,
chocolate.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely go get creamers.
The
for your hot
peppermint,
chocolate's really
the
good.
peppermint flavor at Christmas time,
Uh-huh.
and eggnog. Ooh, eggnog creamer and chocolate. Oh,
Why even need that? Just eggnog.
Just drink eggnog.
From
I
Costco.
just bought.
Costco is selling eggnog now.
I just bought some silk eggnog just the other day. It's actually
some soy milk.
Dairy
the
free?
soy milk
Oh,
eggnog is actually really good.
Was it?
Yeah, it's I can't drink milk. I'm lactose intolerant. But yeah, I really like I don't like regular silk flavor. I don't even like the silk chocolate milk. It's really kind of nasty. But the eggnog is actually pretty good. So at least I can get my eggnog on.
Almond milk's not bad.
Got to get your eggnog on.
Got to get the eggnog
You know
on.
that almond milk?
I can't drink. I'm allergic to almonds.
Oh, that
Yeah,
sucks.
so,
Sorry.
yeah.
Well,
Wow.
Sucks.
almond milk's really good.
I'm sure it is. Yeah.
Yeah. I have a peanut allergy and celiac disease and deathly allergic to bees and
Why are you in the military? Do you carry an Epin shot
I'm
around?
totally kidding.
Oh, okay.
Just making. I guess I should make.
You're
fun
making fun of the fact that I'm lactose intolerant now. It was the cost.
a little bit.
It
maybe.
was the cost I took for losing 200 pounds.
You weren't allergic to peanuts before that?
I was not allergic to milk.
Almonds.
I was not I developed an almond allergy later on in life. I could eat almonds when I was younger. It was later on, but the lactose intolerant came from the gastric bypass.
Oh.
Because you basically lose about 2 feet of your small intestine when they
Yeah.
do this, and that's where you digest the lactose. So I don't have that chemical anymore that digests the lactose. I can drink it; it just makes me really, really sick.
Yeah.
And next time on MedMD podcast.
Let's see. We've got. What have we done? So how many podcasts have we
done?
Political. We've talked about cooking.
Yeah.
Now we've talked about my small intestine.
So we got health, and we got paranormal, and we got movie reviews. What is this podcast all about?
That's why you've got to listen every week, because you never know what we're going to talk about.
So random.
Yes, it is, and that's the fun of it. So, anyway, so don't forget, check out Utah Geek Magazine. You can find it at
about 125 locations from Logan to.
Just go to our website,
Just go to our website.
utahgeekmagazine.com. There's a link for locations. Find the store nearest you.
Yep.
And I've seen the cover to issue 8.
It is super cool. We are
Can we
so
give a hint?
excited.
Let's give him a hint.
I think you have
2
gone.
words.
I think you have gone a galaxy far, far away for this cover.
Yes, that
Yes.
is a yes.
a
that is
long,
an
long
appropriate
time
statement.
ago.
Yes,
Yes,
we pulled it out of the past and brought it
from a
forward.
galaxy far, far away.
This cover will be a cover that you're going to want to keep as a collector's item.
I want to keep it as a collector's item,
Maybe.
along with issue 4.
I keep all of them as a collector's item.
I have especially issue 4.
Yes, we're gonna have some of those at your event next week.
Yes, and
Yeah.
they're worth more now if they're not signed.
Yeah.
Yes, because I've signed a lot of them. Anyway.
Anyway,
Great shout out again, sponsors, especially Geek Fuel. Hopefully they'll be a sponsor next week if they respond back.
yeah,
So
we're having troubles getting in contact.
I'm
Hey,
sure they're
Geek
busy.
Fuel, if you're listening,
I'm sure that they're busy building up their business. So
I'm sure.
even still, I think it's a great idea. And then other than that, guys, your newest sponsor. Let's plug Gygax Magazine one more time.
GuyXMagazine.com.
And are they going to be
Is that what it
doing
is?
games or anything in it?
Well,
I
you
haven't
know
looked
what?
at this yet.
I actually haven't. They're going to actually send us, sounds like a couple copies of the magazine so we can take a look at it. But from the pictures I've seen, if anybody's familiar with the old Dragon magazine, and the Dungeon magazine,
I was a subscriber to the Dragon magazine.
as was I. And I think what it is, it's kind of a cross between the two of them. So you're going to get training.
Oh wow! Is it going to be classic D&D?
It's going to be. I remember we talked to him at one of the conventions we were at, and it's going to. It's going to be kind of generic. It's going to be generic, so I'm sure you can use the adventures I have. Probably any fantasy-based role-playing game system.
We actually need to get another person, and we need to set up some cameras and run a D&D game on film. I think it would be fun. Just edit a couple.
Done.
I think we should do that.
Yeah.
We need a good
We got a
DM,
guy.
though.
We got a guy.
We got a guy.
You got a guy?
I got a guy.
You got a guy? Is
got
the
a guy.
guy in your
Yeah.
pocket? You got a guy?
I
I
got
know
a
a
guy.
guy.
I know a
You
guy.
know a
I know a
guy?
guy.
I know a guy. We
he's
get a
a-
guy
he's a
together
pro.
and we can play some Dungeons and
Yeah.
Dragons. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He's in Stansbury Park. You drive by his house every day you go to work.
I do.
Yeah.
Drive by?
No, not this kind of drive-by.
No,
this
no.
kind of drive-by.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. So you want
can
me to
watch us
take
now.
him out?
You can
want
watch
me
us
to
now.
take
You
him
just
out?
have to
Yeah.
go to the YouTube.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, check us out, Utah Geek Magazine, Bag of Holdings Productions, and Bag of Geeks right here every week. Podomatic, you can get us on iTunes, subscribe to us. Links are up on the Facebook page.
Oh, we're on iTunes now?
You can get us on iTunes now.
Sweet.
Yes. Definitely check us out. As we can say, a Bag of Geeks. All we do is ramble every week on whatever we damn well want to talk about.
That's all we do?
No.
Yeah. Gee.
Word to your mother. Not Dennis's mother, because she's drugged upstairs.
Yeah, you're looking at me, so I guess you're talking about my mother.
Why are you drugging my mom?
You have to drug
Whoa.
her. She,
Is that Rohypnol, or is that GHB, or is that...
it's a little Xanax. Or Xanax.
Xanax.
A little
Yeah,
Xanax.
Zantac is the acid
What
medicine.
are the side effects of Zantac, Dr. Brian?
Let me go to WebMD.
Now that we're back on the medical
And
podcast.
thank you for tuning in to Med This Week
Yeah.
on Bag of Geeks. Next week, we'll be talking about how to take care of your colon.
From the inside out or the outside in?
Oh, that's coming up for me.
Oh.
I'm eating up in those years.
Oh, we should totally live stream that.
No.
Pretty awesome.
All right, thanks, everybody. You have a great night.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.